Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to talk about the first action item in your SSL automatic script, which is the building a KDB P12 with the CSR, which means it's not a self-signed certificate, it's a third-party signed certificate where you will be generating a CSR and send the CSR to the certifying authority and get it signed from them, and then coming back over here. So now the next option which you have over here is the other thing is that you have an option of to create a self-signed certificate as well. So now self-signed certificate enables you to create a self-signed certificate, which means that you don't really have to create a CSR. It basically, you sign it with the number of days over there. So you don't really have to worry or bother about it. So to do this self-signed certificate, you can use the option. Let's first do this option 1 over here. Now remember, the SAN includes star on colon, so which means that you can include these variables, like you can have a star variable over here as well. So what I'm going to do is like to get you that proper understanding of it. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to use a library profile itself. I have created the formatting over here, which I'm going to make this part of our example over here. So as I'm like copy pasting each of these items, you will get to know what it is. Now, firstly, I'll tell you what is this item. I'm going to use this as file name as well as I'm going to use this for a label name as well. Now, it's your option, but then before you get started with the script, I would recommend you to create such item, such in a notepad, so that it will be easy for you to copy paste these items while executing the certificate renewal, because these are some of the mandatory items which will be asked when you are creating any certificate. So basic stuff, file name, label name is same for me. You can have a different label name you're liking. The password needs to be secured and needs to be saved somewhere safe. Like for example, there are a lot of services which is used to save passwords. So you can use one of those services. And then you have the common name, you have the organization unit, organization, the state, the location, and the country, whatever. So you have that information there. And then you have the first SAN name, second SAN name, third SAN name. So here, as I'm creating for WebSphere host, which means that I'm creating for the JVM directly. So I am creating the certificates with its name. Now, it will not be the same what I would create in terms of a IHS server or a HTTP server. That will be different. So the same things changes for Oracle database. If you're using it for Oracle database, so you're going to have it in a different way, and you need to create a JKS file rather than a KDB or a P12 file. So, and then you have to convert the JKS file to a this one wallet. Okay, so which we will talk later. But yes, there will be a demo session for that as well on how to do that. So do not worry about it. So here, library, VAS prod 1, I'm going to copy that, but before that you need to enter the first option over here, option 1. So it's saying like you have entered creating a new KDB file. You're about to create a KDB or P12 file. This will create .kdb file in OPT script folder. So I've given you the location where you will create this file, and a CSR file will be created. Okay, sometimes I would have copy pasted simply this line. So please report it if there is anything like that. But I had made sure that it's not a copy paste. It's just like real values are there, which means for this particular certificate. So, but sometimes as I'm doing multiple versions of it, you may find the same repetitive line will be there. Please report it to me. I'm happy to help you on that. So here it says to wait for a second so that it will get that information. Enter the file name. The file name, if you are giving with extension, Control-C and restart the script. So you need to ensure that you follow this, because most of the items over here, you just have to give the file name, because sometimes if it is a multiple choice or if it's a single choice, I would have already either ask you for the choice of a certificate, or I would had hard coded it on the specific extension, so you don't have to give the file name. So sorry, extension. So just give the file name as I said, you have just given right click, which means that library vasprod host 1 is coming, and label name, as I said, it's going to be the same. So I right click that. Password, copy the password from here, and then right click that. And then password is noted now. So now it's time for the common name. Now common name is basically library.com. So just like library.com. And then here organization unit is library. And books is your organization. It's a location is LA, state is LA, and then US. I'm just giving some random stuff. So here there are options whether you can choose SAN name or SAN name plus email or nothing. So here you can give the actual SAN name plus email. Let's try that. So these are your choices which you can enter. If you give no, it will not ask you for any SAN name or email address. So now it's mandatory that CN should be given as a SAN name. So common name which you're given over here should be given as a SAN name. It's what it says, because this is how it is. So email and SAN name and email. So now it's asking how many SAN names would you plan to enter. So this default currently supports up to 9 SAN names. If you have a requirement that it's going to be more than that, you have to tell me specifically, because it's not possible, or I've never used a situation where there is more than 9 SAN names, accomplished in or accumulated in one single key. Okay, so I've never seen that situation. But then if you have such situation, we can make accommodations here. In the future upgrades, I can make it like 20 or something, but I don't really think that there is such need for it. So now I'm going to give 3 of those SAN names, because I have those 3 SAN names hosted here. So one is going to be the host name of my system. Second is going to be start.library.com, which is like a wildcard character over here. And third one is your host name. This name. Okay, so now here I have just one email over here. So example@example.com. So now I'm just going to use that example over here. Is these values are correct? Yes, they are correct. So just give enter. And then here it's asking you, what's your preference? Like you want to create a KDB or a P12. So let's just create KDB, the first one on this list. So KDB is the choice I'm choosing. So just give enter. So now that it's created, so your CSR file is created. It's just the name of the CSR file name. And then it also tells you the command to verify this. Okay, I had the option of executing this, but then what happens is, like, without your permission, if I execute it, then obviously this command is going to be big output, and then you may have trouble. So it's your option if you want to execute it. So it just executes. You just have to copy this and execute it over here. And then you can see your SAN names given over here, your email address given over here. So basically your SAN names are coming in. So that's basically the first thing. And second thing is your SHA-256. The default certificate is created. And you can see the common name and OUO, location, state, and country. So now you can also see the key size is 2048. So these are the requirements which we actually have given as part of our default configuration. Okay, so now that your certificate is created successfully and you are able to view the certificate, now the other thing is that you have the CSR file as well. Now this CSR file needs to be sent out to the application, and then you will be getting a CRD file. Now, I don't have the certifying authority who certifies my certificate at this moment, nor I have anything like that. So now let's just say, for example, that you have received a certificate, which is from the certifying authority, which we will talk a little later. And then I'll just show you how to receive it also in the further down the videos on how to do it once I have a plan of how I'm gonna get it from the certificate authority. So once I do that, I'll just get back to you. So as of now, we have created a CSR. That's good. That's what this point option 1 is saying us that it will do. So it has completed that. Let's go to and create a self-signed certificate right now. Now with this self-signed certificate, we will use those options. Hyphen key is 2000, let's just say 4096. And then hyphen S signature is going to be SHA 512 with RSA. So this is going to be our 2 items which you are giving for it. And then just give enter and then Y. And then you can see that the key file size and the signature algorithm has changed. And the file is going to be on the same OPT script location. Now, here what we're going to do is like going to select the option 13. And then it's asking us press 1 to build a new KDB P12 file, which doesn't create, and CSR option is missing because it's a self-signed certificate. So first option, and then here is the file name. So we just go ahead and provide the file name, the label name. There's a problem. Now let me tell you what the problem is. So here there's one extra option, 365. So I'm going to give 365 days where the expiry date is going to be 365. I'm just going to give no here as it's going to be. So here I'm giving the KDB file itself. Now you can see that a duplicate certificate already exists, right? So when it tries to create it, you kind of get it. You kind of get the duplicate certificate already exists, and you can pretty much see that that file name is already there. That's the mistake I was talking about. So let's just execute this one more time, and this time we will select 13 again, 1 again. Let's just give the same file name, but we will change it to P12 file and then see what happens. Okay, so now I'm just copying that file name, label name, yeah, and then the password and then the common name. So I'm just going to give library.com and then something over here, and then 365 days. And then here I'm just saying just SAN name, one SAN name, test, and then yes, and then select P12. Now this time it's going to create a P12 file, even though that same file name exists, but then it's not the KDB file. It's a P12 file over here. But as the password is the same, the stash file can be used for both these situations. Both the people can use it. Let's see if it works. It works fine. Now, what is the difference between previous and this one? You can see that there is a lot of signature item over here. Value is too much because it's created with 4096. The key size is higher. So that's why double content is there in terms of the public key as well as the signature algorithm. Signature algorithm has changed as well to SHA 512 with the DNS name of test. Now you can see that test name is included now. And here is your self-signed certificate, which is issuer and subject is same because it's self-signed certificate, and it is issued for a year. So it is issued from 10 December and 2023 to 2024. So this is how you need to create a self-signed certificate. Now, as I have told you, I've given you 2 examples and I've shown you how to create the KDB file and the P12 file in this video itself. And I've also told you how to create a self-signed certificate as well as a third-party signed certificate. So here you have generated a CSR and you have not received it as of now. I've not told you how to receive the CSR at this moment, but I will be covering it further down the videos. Thanks again for watching this one. I'll see you on the next video.